Coming up, we have your March 2022 Las Vegas real estate market update.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Kristen.
We are the Thomas Group with Real Broker, your local Las Vegas and Henderson realtors, here today to bring you your March 2022 Las Vegas real estate market update from the lion habitat. Who knew there was a lion habitat in the Las Vegas area? And this is actually in Henderson.
Yeah, in Henderson, just on the southernmost point of Henderson. And it's really cool. Yesterday we came here, we took our baby boy here to see all of the lions and Ozzy the giraffe, who you can feed. You can watch him paint. It was a really fun time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really, really good. I didn't know what to expect because I thought it was going to be maybe a little bit like Joe Exotic or Carol out here, but it's not. It's like the total opposite. It's a non-profit. All of the workers are very, very knowledgeable, and you can see that they genuinely care about all of the animals. They were talking about the history of some of the animals. Like one of the lions here is actually one of the descendants of the original MGM lion that the sculpture's outside, and one of them is maybe it's the same one.
He worked at the MGM.
He
he did. Yeah, it was really cool, and you know what? It felt very intimate and personal. I mean, like Steve said, everybody was there to just talk to you. It wasn't super busy. You can actually feed the lions yourself for only $100.
Yeah, and if you're adventurous and you want to have dinner here, they set up a dining table in amongst the between the cages, and I imagine that they feed the lions while you're getting fed, and it's pretty wild if you've never been up close to a lion, because they're right there, aren't they? They're right there close up to you, and they're up against the cage. So yeah, come and definitely check out the lion habitat in Henderson. If you're local or if you visit in town, it's definitely worthwhile. It's only open 11 till 2, so not long opening hours, which we kind of like, don't we? That feel like they're not really, you're not abusing the animals, for money. And the rest of the time goes into the care and the upkeep of the animals. So should we get into the numbers?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so let's start with our single family homes. The median sales price last month was $450,000. That was up 3.4% from the previous month and up 26.8% from the same time last year.
3% in 1 month, still crazy growth happening.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, I think we initially thought we were going to see slow growth throughout this year, but times are proving.
Why did we think that we were going to see more growth?
We thought we were going to get more inventory.
Yeah, and this is the kicker. Like every single month, there's just people aren't listing their homes. Yeah. And it's one of those, and you said it to me before in another conversation, like where are people going to go? You've got to have somewhere lined up to go to. Everything has to make sense, but for the most part, I think all around the country, it's the same problem.
Yeah, exactly. Now, there were 2,514 single-family homes sold last month. That's down 1.8% from the previous month and down 9.1% from the same time last year. Now, that doesn't mean that demand is down. The demand is still there. There just are no homes. We're all fighting for the same properties.
Demand seems like it's higher than ever.
It feels like it.
It certainly feels like it. And I don't know whether that's just totally, completely reflective of the inventory. Yeah. But still, the homes that the majority of people want to buy, which are turnkey homes, meaning you don't need to do a single thing, you can turn the key and then on you go. Yeah. They're getting tons of action. Like I pulled up at a house at this weekend gone, and it was $1 million house, and there must have been 15 cars outside. Wow. Waiting to for people wanting to see it. So it's still very active in all price points.
And I also want to touch on new construction too, because I think a lot of people are getting frustrated with the resale process. So we're going to go new construction route. And I just had clients in an auction for KB out in Inspirada, which is an amazing community. It's really affordable.
KB?
Yep, in Inspirada. Oh. Yes, yeah. And we were in 2 different drawings. One of the drawings had 60 people waiting for 4 lots. The other drawing had 80 people waiting for 4 lots.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing a video on new construction in Las Vegas coming up in the next month or so, because all the builders are kind of doing things differently. So if you are interested in new construction, stay tuned for that, and we'll walk you through all the process on that.
Absolutely.
All right, so Next, let's look at the inventory. There were 1,741 homes available for sale. That's down 4.4% from the previous month, but up 3.8% from the same time last year.
Yeah, a little bit more inventory than last year, but
not much.
Not much at all.
Yeah, not much at all. And there were 2,950 new listings taken last month, up 1.7% from the previous month, down 2.2% from the same time last year. So I think we're kind of just going to be seeing more of the same for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, until inventory increases, definitely more of the same.
Yeah, exactly. And very last metric is our months of inventory. We're at 0.7 months. That heavily favors the seller. It's been a long time since we've seen it be a buyer's market, and quite frankly, I think it's going to be quite a long time until we see that happening again.
Yeah, 6 months of inventory, just so you know, is what we call a balanced market, which should nor favor the seller or the buyer.
Yeah.
And what we're at right now is, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks of inventory.
It's nothing.
It's not much at all. But, are we going to see this increase?
I don't think so. Not for the foreseeable future.
I feel like we're in a now, I can't speak for real estate all over the country.
Yeah.
I'm only speaking for local real estate here in Las Vegas and Henderson. But there's a lot, industry's booming out here, I feel. There's lots of businesses moving here. As you can see, we've still got quite a lot of land, although it's only finite because we can only go up to, as far as the mountain stretch either side of us. There's still a lot of potential here.
Yeah.
And I think with the way things are moving, we could be in for more of the same for quite a long time, unless there's something like the war,
right,
which comes in, throws a spanner in the works.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, and I'm glad you brought that up, Steve, because I know some clients kind of reached out to us and were wondering how the war so far is affecting things. So far, we're not seeing any kind of effect, but if things escalate, obviously that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
So
hopefully it doesn't, and
yeah.
there's an end to this madness.
Yeah. All right, let us have a look at the condo and townhome numbers. The median sales price last month was $260,000, up, this is crazy, up 7% from the previous month.
Condos and townhomes up 7%?
7%.
Wow.
And up 31.6% from the same time last year. And the reason for that is because people are just trying to get their foot in the door. And whereas before, some of these clients would just be looking for single family homes, they will settle for a condo, a townhome, and that so many other people are doing the same thing. And that in turn is really pushing those prices up. There were 669 condos and townhomes sold last month, down 5.9% from the previous month and down 7.3% from the same time last year. There were 316 units available for sale, down 1.9% from the previous month. Wow, down 53.2% from the same time last year.
What's that one available?
The inventory.
Yeah. What was it on single family?
It was down, it was actually up 3.8%.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's right testament to what your point is. Yeah. We had, and you always say this, that the townhomes and condos lag single family.
Do.
People started getting priced out, lack of inventory. There was still more inventory in condos and townhomes at that point, right? When we started seeing a shift. And then it's just gradually been eaten up.
Yeah. Like it. All right, there were 821 new condo and townhome listings taken last month. That's up 12.9% from the previous month. So that's kind of promising. Hopefully, we'll start to see more inventory there. Down 1.2% from the same time last year, and 0.5 months of inventory, which again, heavily favored the sellers. You're going to get multiple offers, not get any concessions, etc. It's crazy to me to think just, like a couple years ago that you could ask for closing cost assistance. It's just, it's such an insane.
How times changed.
I know. Things have really changed.
COVID came and mixed everything up.
Seriously.
Yeah, it did. So it's still more of the same, you guys. If you're thinking about buying right now, we just want to be transparent and honest with you as to what you need to do in order to be competitive in this market. If you're thinking of asking for concessions, it's going to be almost slim to none. You have to write very, very clean offers. You're having to waive your appraisal contingencies if you're using financing, which basically means that you are guaranteeing the seller the price that you offer them, regardless of what the bank appraises it at. Now, we can give you guidance as to where we believe an appraisal will come in at. Actually, one of my clients was surprised to learn that that's how we price houses, is basically the same way that an appraiser will look at the market conditions and stuff. So we can give you an idea, as we're experts, on where we believe it will be. And then, so there's not a big crazy shock, hopefully.
Right.
But it also, if you're working with a good lender, we've had some great success with the lenders that we've been working with here in town, in which the appraisals have all been coming in at value.
Yeah.
Even when we've been offering more than the listing price.
Yeah, well over.
So,
but that's good. I mean, that goes to show that the appraisers are taking into account what the current market conditions are. Because the thing is, the homes are worth, the actual true value of the home is worth what people are willing to pay. So if you're getting 5 cash offers, 4 financed offers, and all these people are willing to pay, say $450, the market is stating that the home is worth $450. So even if it was listed at $400, it's worth $450. So I'm glad that appraisers are taking that into account, because probably around the beginning of 2021, the appraisals were really lagging behind what we were seeing actually happening in the market. So during that time, it was a little trickier telling our clients to fully waive the appraisal, because it was a little bit of a
it was pretty much guaranteed you would have to come out of pocket.
Have to.
Something.
Yeah.
Now, in this market, you may not. We don't know if you'll get an appraisal waiver or not, or your appraisal will come in at value or not. I can just tell you that our experience with the lenders that we work with here in town has been phenomenal. So if you need a good, reputable lender, let us know, and we'll send you David with Guild Mortgage, all of his info. He does a really great job. So I have been looking at some statistics for, what's happened sort of like last year in the Las Vegas market and area, and it might give us a little insight into where we're going.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so I know you love stats and facts.
I do.
So this was a really interesting one, and you might know some of these because Kristen actually told me to check out this document, which was phenomenal, by the way. Our association put together a 142-page spreadsheet and
a report on the growth and I guess health of the market here, of development, of demographics. And if you are interested, shoot us an email at info@thethomasgrouplv.com and we can send it all over to you as well.
Good idea. Yeah, we'll forward all of that on to you if you're interested in seeing the whole thing. But I just pulled out a few points that I thought everyone would like to learn about and know a little bit about.
Gotcha.
So in terms of population growth, we were the 3rd in the country last year. Fastest population growth, largest population growth in the country, only behind Idaho and Arizona.
Wow.
All on this side.
Wow.
We have been getting, have a guess how many residents per day have been moving into the Las Vegas area?
I have literally no idea.
Have a guess.
1,000.
139 residents a day.
Okay.
Yeah. She definitely didn't have any idea. But I thought that was quite a lot. Like, if you think about that, how many U-Haul trucks? Like 139 of them down this every day, boom, coming in. What are the primary reasons that people are moving here?
Taxes.
No, believe it or not. Work, job, retirement, family, lifestyle.
Interesting.
And health was on there, which was interesting to me.
Okay, I have had people for different health reasons actually say that the dry heat is really, really, really helpful. People with with autoimmune diseases, there is something about the dry heat can be,
Interesting, because I was gonna say, it surprises me a little bit because I don't think we're best known for our healthcare here.
We don't have great healthcare, like full transparency, we don't. We don't. No, but
we had a great experience when you gave birth.
Henderson Hospital is incredible.
Yeah, those guys were
wonderful,
rock stars. But I guess on the whole, you know.
I think overall, I mean, if we're just going to go into this, we don't have enough healthcare practitioners. So the wait times are like extra, they're long all over the country. They're really, really long. Hopefully, as the city continues to grow, as we have our own residency program here in town, we can kind of foster, more growth, and I think it'll happen.
I do too, but I was surprised that health was one of the main reasons people moved here, but now that makes a lot of sense.
I've had multiple clients tell me that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Where are the top destinations people are coming from? California.
California's
Number
definitely
one.
number one. Florida still?
Number 2, Florida.
I remember that from last year.
3,
Michigan.
Washington.
Washington.
Yeah.
Oh, Washington, yes.
Yeah.
Washington State.
4,
yeah.
Texas.
Yes, I've
It's
got
quite
clients coming
interesting
in
that
tomorrow
we're like
from
people that
Texas.
live in the no income tax states are just moving
They're
around,
moving
the
around.
no income tax
Yeah,
states.
well, because the thing is with Texas is the property taxes are really high. So while
Yeah.
when you're looking on Zillow, it looks
storms.
good, and storms.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, forget those storms out there.
Forget those storms.
Arizona was number 5.
Yeah, they have a
on there.
state income tax. I think Arizona.
They got a high state income
No,
tax.
I don't know about high, but I think they have a state income tax.
Oh, they do?
Don't quote me on
Oh,
that.
well, yeah, they might do, but Florida and
Cali,
Texas
Florida, Texas.
definitely
yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
So Nevada actually came 3rd in quite a few of these rankings here, and one of the areas it ranked in I thought was really cool, because I like living in this area because I feel like it's very much a melting pot of
Yes.
lots of different cultures and ethnicities, and we actually are the 3rd highest in racial and ethnic diversity. Henderson actually as a city came 3rd in most popular destinations for retirees.
Ah, okay. Well, speaking of that, so we have Sun City Anthem, Sun City McDonald Ranch, and then 2 new 55 plus communities. One is in Cadence and one is out in Lake Las Vegas, which I absolutely love.
Yeah, those ones are pricey though. $100,000 lot minimums.
Lot premiums, but I mean, it's gorgeous out there.
What, good views?
They're good views.
Why is it worth $100,000?
We're gonna talk about this in our new construction video, but they're keeping the base price low, and you're paying for it on a different end.
Got it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, very good. Couple more facts for you. What's a master plan community? Because I don't feel like people often really understand
Right.
what a master plan community is.
Yeah, a master plan community is an entire development that is planned out ahead of time. And the goal of it is really fluid living between the residential areas, the shopping areas, the schools. It's extremely well thought out. And when you are in a master
Parks
plan,
and stuff.
parks, yeah.
So the Las Vegas area, and when we talk about the Las Vegas area, whenever I say to people, you're looking at Las Vegas, they go, oh no, we don't want to be on the Strip. I'm like, oh no, Las Vegas is a city. Like, just massive.
Right.
Like, the Strip is just a very small part, which actually isn't in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Believe it or not.
See our Paradise, Nevada video.
Yeah, for that info. But we have many master plan communities,
Yes.
like throughout the whole Las Vegas area. And this list was compiled of the top 25 rated master plan communities in the whole country.
Oh, okay.
And Summerlin came in 3rd.
Not surprised. In terms of sales, right? Or
You know what? Oh yes, yeah, selling.
sales,
top
yeah.
25 sale.
and
Yeah.
the thing is, Summerlin they just snapped up all of this extra land, getting closer into the Red Rock Mountains. So I'm not surprised.
It keeps going further south and
south,
west as
yes.
well. So it's there's a lot of new construction out there.
Yeah.
So if you're looking in the Las Vegas area for the most new construction in one of the most popular communities, Summerlin's definitely something to check out. A couple of these communities actually surprised me.
Okay.
So coming in 6th was Valley Vista.
I was gonna say Valley Vista.
Get out of here.
Because they are doing they're, I don't want to say throwing them up and make that sound bad, but because they have Lennar and D.R. Horton up there, they're the builders, and how they operate is on a quick move system. So they just build a ton of tract homes, throw in
That's smart.
They put in the finishes. You don't get to select anything, but they can do it at a really, really, really fast pace.
Yeah.
And they're smaller homes. I'm not surprised. It's beautiful up there, and it's affordable.
And North Las Vegas, I feel like maybe it's dying down a little bit in terms of its bad rep. Like when we first moved here, I thought North Las Vegas had a bad reputation. People talk about crime and blah blah. But listen, there's bad parts everywhere. There's bad parts in Henderson, bad parts in Las Vegas, bad parts in North Las Vegas, bad parts everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? But in some areas of North Las Vegas, it's stunning. Like some of the views that you can see up there, if you're looking for the most potential growth and I think, and bang for your buck.
And affordability.
Yeah, 100% take a look at North Las Vegas, and Valley Vista coming in 6th is, showing you that it's a very popular place for people to move to.
Right.
Inspirada, here in Henderson,
I love Inspirada.
came in 11th.
Okay.
And Inspirada is a really cool community. If you haven't seen Kristen's video on living in Inspirada, take a look at it. But there's no other community quite like this in the whole of the valley, in which it's built around massive parks and walking trails like throughout the community. It's very, very unique, and it's got a different feel to it than any of the other communities.
I think one of the things that makes it really unique is a lot of the homes they have their garages like in a back alley.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that's what you're kind of trying to explain to people. So when you're walking or driving by, it's almost like you're in like a little village because there's no driveways at the front of the houses. It's really cute.
Yeah, and I didn't really notice at first that was the case until a client pointed out to me, and she's like, you know what? I realized why I love it here so much, because she hated seeing garage doors on the front of houses. Maybe you're like that too. So Inspirada came 11th. Cadence, also in Henderson, came in at 13th.
Very affordable. Yeah.
And Cadence surprised me, because most of the clients that I've taken over there tell me it's a little bit far out. It just feels a little bit separated from, everything else that's happening in Henderson, I guess.
It does, but if you're looking to be in a master plan community and really get that community feel, although it is a little bit far out, it really gives you that. And what I think is cool about Cadence, it has 2 charter schools that are in the community. So your kids don't have to even leave. They can ride their bike, they can walk to school. And I think there's tons of potential there. It's going to keep filling in. I do feel like it's going to keep appreciating.
Yeah, well, we'll see. And 23rd, coming in 23rd, is a place where I think that you've probably got a lot of potential growth, is Sky Canyon.
Sky Canyon's almost sold out. I love that community.
Yeah, Sky Canyon's right up in the northwest of the valley. So you've got, good, easy access to Mount Charleston, Red Rock. They used to be a little bit sparse in terms of shopping and stuff, but it's really developed out there now. Yeah. So I thought that was really interesting. And 2 last points that I will leave you with is, and this touches kind of just on what you're talking about with new construction, and we will do a video on buying new construction, which will talk more about this. But something to remember is all of these builders, pretty much every single builder, is having supply chain issues. Like, I had clients, and I'm not going to name the builder, but if you want to call me, and by all means I'll share the name with you, because I wasn't very happy that they sold. My clients had to close on the house without an oven, and they had no plan.
Wait. That same builder, I forgot to tell you, we were going through different models in a different community, and none of the models had ovens. And I said they must have taken these out of the models to put in the houses.
Yeah. They probably yeah. I was pestering the sales agent. I was like, this is not acceptable. Like, you can't do this. Like, go and get us a microwave or something.
Right.
Like, what are we supposed to do? Just Grubhub every day, or So anyway, there's the supply chain issues, and all the builders. Prices of all of these materials and cost of goods is going up and up and up and up. As an example, in 2020, $50,000 would have been able to build you 10 single-family homes at 1,000 square feet. Have a guess how many homes that you can build today?
I have no idea.
2.
Wow.
2. So
you're talking about lumber, right?
Lumber, yeah.
Yeah,
didn't I mention that? So yeah, the wood prices, everything has gone up. And for those of you that might still be waiting for all of the foreclosures to happen and for a flood of inventory to hit the market, there are only 1.3% of homes that have negative equity in the whole of the valley.
Wow, 1.3%.
So we're in a totally different market than 2006. This is not a bubble like we were in.
Right.
This is supply and demand.
Right.
That's creating all these crazy numbers and lack of inventory. So anyway, we hope you enjoyed our fact-based issue of the market update this month. If you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, we would really appreciate it if you do so. That way you can stay up to date on market updates that we bring to you every single month. Our team bring to you community tours, new build tours, advice. We've got it all for you. Subscribe to our channel, give our video a like and a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon. You can find all of our contact information if you need some more help on our website, the thomasgrouplv.com, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks for watching.